Burnham's at the bridge. Black alert.
Dang, Scopely. Hey guys, what's going on? It's UltimatDjz here on this historical occasion. And yes, I mean it. I'm not being sarcastic. Before we get too far into the video, because I know I'm going to forget, I'm going to get excited about everything we're talking about here today, please subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments in the section below and click on the little bell so you get notifications of future content that we deliver right here. But most importantly, yes, subscribe to the Talking Trek channel. That is absolutely super duper important. And I thank you very, very much. Scopely has done two things for us in the last 36 hours, and boy, did they actually really need to. Morale has been suffering, maintenance has been breaking things all over the game, rating has been offline, then we had Stellagate, and a few other things that just kind of had us feeling down in the dumper. So Scopely, in true roller coaster fashion, has decided to lift our spirits. First, we begin with Discovery's huge announcement to the public, and more importantly, in advance. It's not out yet. They actually decided to hype something. Way to go, Scopely. Promoting something that is coming soon is something I've been arguing for months and months, and I'm so happy that you've decided to try it out. Let's talk about Discovery summons. First and foremost, I made a bold claim over the last 2 weeks. I said Discovery could be the most important ship in your fleet, and soon you'll have the ability now to use the mycelial network to bring other ships along for the ride. This means instant black alert jumps for other ships, not just the Discovery, meaning the Discovery is now mechanically a vehicle. Maybe not quite there in power or actual PvP capabilities, but bringing us a new mechanic. Yes, Mac, shout out, a brand new mechanic. Implications are huge for this. Armadas and PvP, raiding and mining, but especially war. How about Armada disruption? Popping into dark space to pop a miner and be gone in a flash. And yes, I said dark space because we are also getting warp range expansions to the Discovery. Using a brand new research node or nodes in the galaxy tree, we're going to see the ability to increase impulse speed and warp range of this new ship, proving that Scopely had plans on expanding the capabilities of this Discovery beyond Arc 1. Now, we don't know what it's going to look like mechanically. Is it going to be related to the tier of the Discovery, or perhaps the ship that you're summoning? Is it going to be related to reputation or ops level? Can a 35 now jump to dark space? How expensive is this research going to be? Is it going to be mind-blowingly pricey, or is Scopely turning the tide on player expectations so that this research can be time-based versus cost-based and give players a free-to-play or a pay-to-progress path instead of paywall progression? So many questions, and we're excited to find them out with you as soon as we're able to, and Scopely says this is coming soon, so we're pumped to explore them with you. Seemingly most of the player base seems to be pretty happy about this. Some naysayers are still saying it's a trash ship, but honestly, what more do you want? The ship is now relevant to every single player in some form or fashion and can change your gameplay if you wanted to. However, if you're content doing things the way that you always have, doing the same old thing day after day, you can still do that. If you have a routine in this game that you enjoy, you can still do that and discard your ambitions for the Discovery. We've said at the beginning of the arc that this ship wouldn't be for everybody, and if you don't believe in this expansion, it's easy to ignore. This content creator, though, would recommend you adjust with the mechanics or get left behind in capabilities, as abilities of other players will be expanded with the Discovery summon. Then, as if hype and excitement weren't enough, then we see today an event pop, and oh my god, we see the official return of John Harrison in Star Trek Fleet Command. Discontinued in the game over 18 months ago with no way to obtain this officer, he randomly and mysteriously shows up today, and players immediately go bonkers. Our very own Snake Eyes spent his entire XP stash and went up 23 million points in only minutes into the event, shoots way up in an attempt to shock and awe the server, maybe to deter people from outspending him. Maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. Now, some players are arguing against an auction style for this officer, but I argue if auction styled events are going to continue, we want the officer to be worth it. Epic Burnham is proving to be pretty valuable. The Muds, not so much, but go back to 6 of 10 and Borg Jayla. definitely worth an auction. And now, the rare card, John Harrison from 18 months ago. Could Scopely be playing on the nostalgia of players who have been screaming for this officer for nearly 2 years? Absolutely they are. And it's working! Players are spending their Christmas bonuses early. They're borrowing from their 401ks and using their kids' college funds to obtain this officer we thought would never return. Does this mean this officer could eventually return to the recruit chest? Maybe, but I expect this auction to be the most profitable for Scopely since Borg 5 of 10, and an officer that they had to do zero work on. He's been in the game, just in the vault. This is the power of exclusivity and the power of rarity. Look here, Scopely, taking lessons after Disney. Put Pinocchio in the vault for 25 years and bring it back out, and people will pay $50 for that movie. Just the rarity of this card is going to drive up the price. So let's take a look at a couple of leaderboards right now. First, of course, we showed you Snake Eyes' leaderboard here just a few moments ago. That was just minutes into the event. Here, let's show a quick update on server 15. About 25 minutes into the event here, Snake Eyes again has actually been bumped into second place by another player at 35 million. Guys, we are 30 minutes in to a 48-hour event. Let's take a look over here at server 32, and we see Flip in first place. This is server 32 with 31 million. This is 12 minutes into the event. Take a look over here. Let's check in with server 18. Shout out server 18. 26 minutes into the event and first place in 25 million spots. Oh, but guys, here, I've got something absolutely that will blow your mind. Here we go, 32 minutes into the event. This is server 15. And by the way, we have been able to identify, it looks as though there is a bracketed leaderboard here all the way up through 39, and then Ops 40 Plus has their own. Let me show you server 15 in their 40 plus bracket. Shout out Cal. Holy guacamole. 256 million points. That is a player who wants this card. That is a player who has waited 2 years to get this card, and he is absolutely going after it. All in all, this week started out as a pure dumpster fire, Scopely, but using hype and promotion and now returning an officer, albeit maybe expensively for some, that the community has been screaming for forever, you may have salvaged an otherwise crappy week. But here's the key, and this is important. Harrison is a huge win for the players, but only if you continue to make him available. Listen, I'm fine with your auction. Make your money over the next 48 hours, but the rest of the community has waited 18 months. Guys, we can wait another week or 2 or 3, but don't forget, Scopely, about your free-to-play community. They're excited too, and this officer needs to find his way into the recruit chest within the next couple of weeks or months. It's a great feature, a great officer, and I am totally fine with you making money on it, but the free-to-play need their shot too. Some folks are grumbling about this auction, and to you, I would say, as long as Scopely does allow a free-to-play path within the next couple of weeks or months, then I'm okay with them making money on a piece of history, making money on players' nostalgia. This is an officer that's nearly 2 years old, and there are probably better crews out there today, but this is an example of players shoveling over cash to be a part of history in a video game. I know it's crazy, but they are, and it's okay. I'm totally fine with Scopely making money this way. It's not gating new content. This is not a paywall for new features. This is allowing players to go back in time and buy a steering wheel from the original talking kit, or buying a lightsaber prop from the original Star Wars movies. Players are willing to spend their soul on this officer card, and so be it. I'm fine with you making money this way. Perhaps Scopely is seeing how their funding can go with this auction as they are potentially determining the price for the new Discovery research. I would rather them make money on history than gate or paywall new content. And if this is the plan, Scopely, I'm all for it. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about the Discovery and her new capabilities? What do you think about Harrison and the new warp research in the Galaxy Tree? I would love to read your comments in the section below. Please leave your comments there. Subscribe to this channel. Click the little bell for notifications for future videos, and like the video. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is UltimatDjz, and we will see you next time right here on Teaching Track.